Network. Joining us now, Scotty Presler. Scott Presler was on my Trump team in 2016 in Virginia, did a great job in Virginia Beach. And now he's one of America's disruptors on a disruptor segment. And he has a sign that he's posted. And he says, I'm gay, but hey, Democrats, I'm not for sale. Scott, good to have you, man.
No, good to be here. Yeah, we go way back, huh?
Well, Scott, you're a good guy. You were one of the key guys that we had in the early stages of the Trump campaign in 2015 when everybody thought we were going to lose and we were not a serious campaign. And you were one of the first ones in Southeast Virginia to join us. You did a great job for me, and thank you for that. And, you know, we signed up a lot. People forget how many people we signed up, new voters, and how many people we signed up to vote for Trump in the Super Tuesday primary in Virginia. I think that was March 1st, 2016, and Rubio spent $2 million. We spent $50,000 on the radio, all with me, by the way, yay. But he spent all that money, remember he had like Scott Ridgell and everybody behind him, and we kicked his butt. Remember that?
I sure do. They never thought that Trump would win Virginia.
Never in a million years. Never thought. We were the big underdog there. And first they tried to get a convention, and they were going to win it with Cruz. And then when they went to the primary, everybody had Rubio was winning. In fact, Rubio came here in the last 3 days. He was here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, campaigning on a plane, going around the state, holding whatever, mini rallies or whatever he did. And they all expected him to win. And Virginia was supposed to be their big Super Tuesday win, saying, look, Rubio won the only swing state. And we trounced. They never saw it coming. So, what's Scotty Presler doing now?
Well, actually, I'm going to be heading on a plane to Florida in your neck of the woods this weekend. I'm doing 3 Republican activism trainings in 3 days in 3 cities. So basically how I'm spending my time now, John, is I'm traveling all over the country teaching and training Republicans how to register new voters. And sadly, I used Virginia as a model for how the Democrats won. Virginia, as you know, used to be a reliably Republican state. The last time it voted for a Republican president was 2004 with George Bush. And ever since President Obama, where the Democrats registered 283,000 new Democrats, we have not won the Commonwealth of Virginia. So I'm trying to teach people that we must register new voters if Trump is going to win in 2020. So I'll be in Deltona on Thursday. I'll be in Miami-Dade on Friday. And I'll be on Saturday also in Southeast Florida. So I'm working my butt off to register as many voters as humanly possible.
Now, Scott, are you working for the RNC or are you with an outreach outreach
I'm
group?
Independent. I am 100% grassroots, independently organized. This is all done through scottpresler.org. And I just recently began taking in donations. These are all ma and pa's across the country, normal, average American folks that are helping to support my work. So all 100% independent.
All right, so you're doing an independent outreach effort for the president, and you're registering voters. How old are you, Scott?
I am. Wow, what an embarrassing question. No, I'm 31 years old.
All right, so look, you're a millennial. I just asked that because you're a millennial. You're 31. Yeah. You were with our campaign in 2016, 15, and 16. Now you're on your own trying to do. See, the thing about doing it, like I'm independent. The thing I love about being independent is the best thing about it is you're independent, right? And you don't have to play. You don't have to play within the restrictions. You get a lot more done in a much shorter period of time, a lot cheaper than when you're part of the apparatus and you've got bosses and there's rules and there's backbiting and people trying to jump over you and all that stuff. When you're independent, the bad news about being independent is you got to raise all your own money, right? So that's so it's good and the bad. So look, if people want to donate, because look, you're taking that money, and what are you doing? You're going to Daytona, you're going to South Florida, you're going to Southwest Florida. You're trying to register young voters to vote for Trump, right, in a key state. I mean, if you can sign up 300-400 people, that could swing the state if it's close, right? I mean, it's that.
Absolutely. Well, and it's not only that, John. You know, I've already been spending my entire last 6 months doing these trainings. I've been to Connecticut, yes, a blue state, to help them. I've been to North Carolina and Fuquay-Varina. I went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I already went to Jacksonville, Florida. And these 3 cities that I'm doing this week are a part of my 6-city tour that I'm doing in Florida. I'm also going to Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm going to Lubbock, Texas. I'm going to Orange County, California. I'm going to Burlington, Vermont. I literally am traveling from coast to coast across the country. And we're not just focusing on Florida, John. I have my eyes focused not only on winning that Senate seat in Alabama, but also the 3 most important, key, crucial, critical states, which are Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. So I will also be traveling to those within the next year and a half as well. So yes, anybody that wants to support my work, scottpresler.org. I don't care if it's $1, 10 cents, whatever. The best thing about the work that I do, John, that you were saying, is I'm literally operating on a shoestring budget. So everything that we do is so inexpensively done, but efficiently done. Because I'm not just going to grandstand and go out there and take a picture. I actually want, when I go to Deltona this week, when I leave, I want the people there to be better off after I came to teach them than they were before I came. I just want to make a difference. I want to win. I want President Trump to be reelected.
ScottPresler.org, is that Pressler?
That's 1 S. 1 S in Scott, 1 S in Presler.
All right. Let me write this down here. ScottPresler.org. All right. I just texted Ann and told her to donate $50. I want you to go to.
Thank you.
I want you to go to
so much.
ScottPresler.org. There's a lot of people asking. We just sat on Sheriff Clark asking for money for the wall. There's only so much money out there. But, Scott is doing this on a shoestring. He's doing it on his own. He's self-funded. I know him personally. I can vouch for him. He doesn't waste your money, and he's trying to sign people up. Now, Scott, you're also gay. You were one of the first gay people that we had for Trump in the campaign. As you know, I've been a proponent of gay rights for 40 years, and I've been thrown out of multiple Republican parties in various states that I've lived in as a result of that. And one of the things that there was many reasons I was for Trump at the beginning, but one of them is because he was pro-gay rights. So we're staying the same there. What are you doing? Do you have any outreach to the gay community? I mean, we've got one candidate, Elizabeth Warren, that wants gay reparations. Do you have any outreach for Trump to the gay community? How does that work, Scott?
Part of it is just being visible and vocal. I still believe that you have to go out into the gay community, like going to the Jewish synagogues, like going to the black community, like going to the Hispanic community. So we have to have that outreach. But part of the outreach is in being visible and vocal. So that picture that you tweeted of me, thank you for tweeting that, by the way. I sit at Starbucks while I'm doing work. And while I'm sitting there, I figure I might as well be getting out the vote for our president. So on the back of my computer, I'll have there for everybody in the world to see, I'm gay, Trump 2020, Democrats don't own me. And it's such a powerful statement because people can't look at somebody and just say, oh, he's gay or she's gay or whatever. So sometimes you have to show that visibility and be vocal because, unfortunately, a lot of people think if you're gay or bi or whatever, you have to be a Democrat. And just like, Candace Owens is breaking that with the black community, with Blexit, black not Democrat, we also, within the LGBT community, have to show I am gay, not Democrat. I am a free thinker. I can question and critically think and say, no, the Democrat Party does not align with my values. And I get messages from people all across the country, all ages, who do say, Scott, thank you for being outspoken. Thank you for speaking for me as a gay conservative, as a gay Republican, because the Democrat does not speak for me.
That's a pretty powerful message, Scott. And again, I want people to go to scottpresler1s.org, scottpresler1s.org. Scott, when did you decide to go on your own and just do your own outreach independently of the various organizations?
Well, I was with a not-for-profit, nonpartisan organization, and I just realized that I wasn't able to push politics, and I wasn't able to help the Republican Party like I wanted to. And as you know, unfortunately, within some Republican Party circles, there are never Trumpers. And, you know, I'm just not patting myself on the back. I'm effective at what I do. I'm able to show that I can get the work done on my own. So I went, what the heck? You know what? It's time. I have a super large following on social media, thanks to all of you. And I'm going to use my talent and my abilities to do it on my own. And I've shown within the last 6 months I can do it. I have done it. I've taught hundreds of new volunteers how to register voters. And literally my entire summer is booked. Every single weekend I'm going to a new city to train new people. And I've done it all through Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So part of it, John, is knowing you have the ability to do it and just believing yourself and just making a jump. I was tired of the bureaucracy, of people telling me, no, you can't do this and can't do that. And like you said, when you're independent and when you're funded not based off of special interest groups, you don't have people telling you what you can and cannot do. I am my own man. I am my own boss, and I can achieve more on my own. So that's why I'm doing it.
Well, that's right. You're unencumbered, and you don't have to you don't have to fit within the little boxes. And so if you want to go out and register people in Daytona Beach, Florida, you go to Daytona Beach and you register them to vote. Now, let me ask you this. Are you going to have a website or something that shows the number of people you're registering per city? Like, can you say, hey, I went to Daytona Beach and I registered 25 people?
Yes, we are going to have that as well. What I'm creating right now on scottpresler.org is we are actually going to have very similar to like a mini Facebook community, because it's not good enough to have 295,000 followers on Twitter. That means nothing unless I can activate, engage, and bring those people to actually become volunteers. So what my team is developing right now is we're going to have kind of like a Facebook community where people can connect, interact, etc. on scottpresler.org. And there also is going to be a function where people can type in and put how many voters that they're registering. Because at the end of the day, data is king and numbers are king. We want to make sure how many people that we're registering to vote across the country. So yes, we are going to have that capability where I can say, because of the work that we've done as a team, we've registered X amount of voters. We've visited X amount of campuses and registered X amount of voters, et cetera. So we will have that ability.
Scott Presler, I love what you're doing. I'm glad that we were able to work with each other in Virginia. You did a great job for our campaign and a fabulous job for us, and I want to thank you for that. And I'm so excited about your new opportunity, what you're doing, how you put it together, the fact that you're independent. I think it's really great, and it's just absolutely fantastic. I want you to do me a favor. I think we just sent you $50. I want you to stay in touch with me.
Thank you.
Email Leslie every couple weeks. Let's get you on every couple weeks so we can have an update of where you've been, what you've done, what you've heard. Be sure and give me antidotes, what people have said, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you heard some bad things, we want that too. But we'd love to remember that thing that was. This might be before your time, Scott. I'm 61. I'm old enough to be your grandfather. But remember that thing, Where's Carmen, right? Remember that? Was that on a cereal box or something?
Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, Where's Carmen Sandiego? That's going to be like, I'm going to tell Leslie this. That's going to be like Scott Presler, right? Where's Carmen Sandiego? Like, where is he today? So we got to have an update every week where you are, and we'll have you on every 2 weeks to follow your journey across the country as you register young and new voters for Trump 2020 on your own. It's a pretty cool thing you're doing, man.
Thank you. Well, you know what? I keep my promises, John Fredericks, and I make a commitment that I will come on as often as you will have me and give you updates on where in the world is Scott Presler. I can do that. All right.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, Scott Presler? That's what we're going to do. We're going to have to do that on social media. Scotty, thanks for your hard work. Look forward to seeing you soon. And love what you're doing. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You got it, buddy. ScottPresler.org. That's one S. ScottPresler.org.